where I changed, or hopefully I gave you insight into popular culture or cheap paperbacks, if you want to look at it that way, and introduced you to the big business of romance writing. And I think I even strayed into erotica, didn't I? Not today. I do have one question I might slip in, so to speak, a bit later. So for those of you who don't know, and if you can't read this, I am now the Chief Executive, very proud Chief Executive of Zealandia. And it is a destination here in Wellington that I believe is the jewel in the crown. So I have a question to start off with, and just remember this is a fundraising activity, please get ready. So hands up those of you who have never visited Zealandia.
William, you look
I'm ashamed to say, so put in lots of money you two. I'm ashamed to say, before I took up this position, or before I was invited to consider this position, I hadn't. I had heard of it, I had heard of its troubles, I had enough of my own, and I never realised that this extraordinary place existed. And since I've been there, I've learnt a huge more about this place that everybody seems to think is just about birds. But I can assure you it is a great deal more than that. So this is a quiz. All right. What is the name of the book about New Zealand's wildlife sanctuaries?
Paradise Saved.
Oh, Francis, you probably bought it. Well done. Everybody else can put money in there. Yes. In fact, New Zealand is world leading in terms of its fence sanctuaries and its sanctuaries and pest management program. And I learned that going to New Zealander because of all the international guests we get, particularly from cities who are very keen to understand what is our success story in terms of returning the wildlife to a city. We are only one of 3 urban wildlife sanctuaries in the world, and we are the closest to the centre of the city. So, just warm-up questions. What is the name of the James Belich book on New Zealand's modern history? Anyone know?
Paradise Found.
All put money in those plates, please. Paradise Reforged. We have a culture here in New Zealand. We have a history. All right, what is the name of the epic poem by John Milton? See, you're still Europhiles, honestly. Put in a heap load of money and start celebrating what we have here. All right. Matthew Soames Island was fully cleared of mammalian pests in what year?
1999.
All right. Huey's got it, but then he had to because everybody had said everyone else. So 1999. 1999, Matthew Soames is one of our partners in I apologise, 1989. 1989. I apologise. I will put money in there.
Well, from here it was 1999.
Matthew Soames is one of our partners in Nature Connections. This is a new innovative program where 5 major sites around the Wellington region have joined together, and we jointly promote what each other do. We've been working in partnership since we all started. We all help each other in the preservation of our endangered species. And we're world leading in that as well, and in fact I'll be telling you a little bit more about that later. Okay, what was the first species introduced into the wild? at Zealandia. Which one was it? The Takahe, the Hihi, Teke, North Island Weka, North Island Robin. Notice that Kiwi isn't there. Often people say Kiwi, but it actually wasn't the little spot Weka.
Robin's easy.
It was, in fact, the North Island Weka. You may or may not know they're no longer at Zealandia, partly because they're so aggressive. They were predators of some very endangered species. So just a little aside. Now, for those of you who are not interested in birds, but interested in engineering, how high is the upper dam?
24.
Yeah, 24, well done. Who is that, William? Big money from you, William. Big money.
I took money out.
When was the construction of the lower dam completed?
80.
It was actually, yes, it was 1873, and the interesting thing is it's often called a mini Hoover Dam, but the Hoover Dam wasn't finished until 1930, so it means the Hoover Dam copied our technology, a little known fact. All right. How many possum carcasses were collected from Zealandia in 1999? I knew it was there somewhere. How many? 1,072. There is a myth perpetrated by Zealandia that there were 3,000 killed, but it is actually not true. But what is true, that when they set out to clear the sanctuary of possums and mammalian predators, they thought it would take 3 years. Who knows how long it took?
6 months. 3 months.
Very close, John. 3. That was the effort of the community. That was how profound that army of volunteers was. It's quite extraordinary. All right. How many New Zealand skulk were released in Zealandia between 2001 and 2003? It's really interesting. Everyone always goes for even numbers because it looks like breeding pairs. But in fact, it was 7, and I'm not hearing enough jingling. I hope you're scribbling away in those cards. Now, this is an interesting question. 7.
It's a lily.
It's a weed.
It's a weed.
It's a lily.
Someone clearly knows. It's actually a lily. And I guess when you look at its flowers, you can get that. All right. What species of skink is this? Oh, sorry. What species of skink is this? Common, that's correct. And what is the most common predator of skinks?
Cats.
Cats. Thank you very much. All right, what bird was recently found nesting naturally outside the fence in Pole Hill Reserve? Do you no longer read the Dominion Post? They're actually printing good news about us. Louder, you're actually right. Yes, yes it was. What's wonderful about that, that is the first saddlebacks, as you would know them, to be found outside the sanctuary, nesting naturally in a century. It's a huge achievement. Nationally, it's a huge achievement, but internationally, it's been celebrated. Partly because we have a partnership with Oxford University. We actually send the feathers to Oxford University to be part of their big DNA bank that they're collecting of endangered species. All right, surely you saw this on the weekend. No, you wouldn't have, because it was this guy. What is the name of the tuatara who escaped and broke his tail? Well done. Smart ones can put money in too. How many PhD students use the sanctuary every year? 13. And of course we're always looking for funding to make it more. watch the space. As you know, Rotary is a huge partnership, has had a huge partnership with Zealandia. We in fact built the fence due to Rotary's contribution. In fact, Rotary members and Rotary clubs from all around the world bought the posts for that 9-kilometre fence. And we continue to have projects with Rotarians, particularly obviously the Rotary Club, where I can be found more often these days. And the Discovery Centre up near the Upper Van was funded by Rotary, as was Education House and our sleepovers. So thank you so much, Rotary. Now, this is the last question. Oh, no, it's not. This. Okay. It didn't get in there. Okay, I told you before that that Nature Connections have made an impact on the international scene, and this week, in fact on Wednesday, I fly out to the International Union of Wildlife Parks and Sanctuaries, the Congress that's being held in Sydney. It's only held every 10 years. About 10,000 people and representatives from national parks from around the world gather. It's just crazy events and a huge trade fair. But we're doing a presentation with the Wellington Zoo around Nature Connections about how sanctuaries can work collaboratively. Another first. So something to be very proud about. But I didn't hear much jingling. I hope it's all notes. So because I always end up with a little of erotica just for William. How long is a tuatara's penis?
What are the options?
How long? How long? Any guesses?
6 feet.
In your dreams, William. Tuataras do not have penises. If you want to learn more, come to Zealandia.